I never expected to see you two fighting side by side.
We're making a special exception just for you.
So the DCEU has now officially ended with Aquaman 2. We had some highs and some real lows.
Save Martha! Why did you say that name?
As a DC fan, it's sad to say that I already had low expectations for this Aquaman sequel, and yep, I was right to have this little hope. It just really sucked and it felt really dumb. Like there was an actual scene where Black Manta said this dumb line.
I'm gonna kill me a dead mermaid!
I think I may have even lost a brain cell or two watching this movie. The people who hated the Flash movie really need to watch this film, as it looks like a masterpiece compared to Aquaman 2. It's crazy to think that the first Aquaman made over $1 billion at the box office, but this was a product of its time. It was released back in 2018 and superhero films were incredibly hyped and idolized back then. Now cinema fans are struggling with superhero fatigue. Aquaman 2 came out 5 years later and missed the perfect opportunity to be released during the previous hype. It may have worked out much better if it was released earlier, but the film still felt weak and forgettable in my opinion. I personally didn't really like the first Aquaman, but wanted to give the sequel a go. The first Aquaman honestly looks so much better now after watching the sequel. Aquaman 2 just didn't work. Arthur Curry, or better known as Aquaman, returns in the sequel and follows his journey through fatherhood. He is now a husband, father to his son, and the king of Atlantis. Black Manta also returns and is still seeking revenge for his father's death after the first movie. With fury in his heart, he seeks to find the mysterious Black Trident, which harbors an ancient and evil force, strong enough to wipe out Atlantis. Aquaman again needs to stop Black Manta by teaming up with his banished brother, Orm, the former king of Atlantis. They have to set aside their differences to save their kingdom from destruction and from the wrath of Black Manta. Oh, and Mira's there, when the plot needs her. The tone of this movie just felt completely off. It wasn't sure what type of film it wanted to be. One moment it's a family type movie, and then a light-hearted comedy duo film with really bad jokes.
Oh, excuse me, Your Highness, if I use comedy to mask my feelings and deal with stress. Those that end up looking like you. A very tight butthole. Super tight.
Aquaman 2 might have actually worked if the dialogue was better. Some of the lines felt really off and forced. There were apparently a lot of reshoots, so that may be why the lines felt flat. It really gave off the impression that no one wanted to be in the sequel.
Why is he even here? He should be on his way back to prison.
You should hear what he has to say.
I made that mistake once. That's why I know he can't be trusted.
This character here also really annoyed me. She was literally Frau Farbissina from Austin Powers, where she just shouts her commands and she literally has the same trousers on as her.
All hands to battle stations!
Begin laser ignition!
What are you waiting for? Fire!
Scott!
Actually, even the Black Manta layer looks a lot like Dr. Evil's layer. Maybe I should have just watched Austin Powers, as that would have been way more satisfying to watch. What else was annoying was how easy it was to infiltrate highly guarded areas. Take this scene here. They literally have to press one button to get into Atlantis. You would think the security would be super high tech, but nope. And even when Aquaman has to save Orm, he conveniently has an invisibility suit. There's literally no struggle in this movie, apart from the number of times the characters get smacked on the floor, which doesn't affect the characters in any way.
Got any more krill-brained ideas?
I think the lack of substance throughout the plot just made me not care about this movie. I was honestly just waiting for it to end. Like, why is there a Jabba the Hutt type character here? And why is there an underwater band singing and still continuing to sing when there's literally people getting attacked around them? The other part I didn't like was the CGI. It was such a mess, especially the hair CGI. I remember it looking much better before, but it really looked noticeable this time. I know superhero movies don't always have the best looking CGI, but it really cheapened the film. You would think seeing Atlantis, an amazing underwater city, would look incredible, but you just feel nothing at all. It just felt soulless. I do feel really bad for the CGI artists who worked long hours for this movie, as I'm sure it would have looked way better if they just had more time. It just sadly looked off in my opinion. I would rate this movie 4 out of 10. It's a real brainless sequel with cheap laughs and a lot of bad CGI. I don't know what I was expecting from this movie, but I'm very happy it's done now, so I don't have to watch it ever again. It has, however, made me much more curious for James Gunn's DC reboot, so I hope the next set of movies have much stronger stories and not just average plots. Have you seen Aquaman 2 yet? I would love to know all your thoughts and opinions, so please do drop me a comment below. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.